One. Hello, Scribblers. I'm Katie, the founder and CEO of the Scribblers Den, your online source for writing craft courses and writing community. Today, we're chatting with Teresa Johnson. Teresa writes dark thrillers and dark fantasy. Her books include Boneyard Cafe, Dark Matter, and Fire Island. She has her MA from the University of Windsor and teaches yoga for jiu-jitsu and kickboxing. So, Teresa, I'm so excited to chat with you today. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
And who is our little friend in the background? That's
That's Pearl. Pearl's getting into a plant that I um
we love
nurtured.
pets. We love pets. So lovely to meet you. All right. So let's dive in. Has writing always been part of your life, or is it something that you've come to more recently? Like, can you just kind of share how writing has shaped your life?
So yes, it's always been a part of my life ever since I learned to read, which apparently I did at an early age. I don't remember, but then I was in love with stories and I started to write at that point. So, and then as I got older, I started sharing the stories with
Mhm.
my friends. They would read them on the bus and let me know what they thought. So I guess those were my early ARCs that
Yeah, yeah. And your beta
I just
readers,
didn't
I
know
love
it.
that.
Yeah.
Do you remember like one of the first books that you read?
One of the first ones that I read. No, we used to have these books. Do you see my cat?
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah, no, it's lovely.
I we used to have these books that had two sides. So one side would have the story and then you flip it over and there's another story on the other side. Those are probably the ones that I remember reading. They're really old. I don't even know what year they were from. They just happened to be in our house, maybe from my aunt's or something like that. But we had a bunch of them and I do remember those. And then like Sesame Street,
Yeah.
uh, Richard scary
Yes.
books.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember those. I
I
loved
do.
those.
My earliest memory is Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Oh,
Did you ever read any of the Harold and his Purple Crayon books?
not for myself, but
Okay.
to the kids maybe.
Yeah. That's what I remember. And he just like had this crayon and he drew like a city on the wall and like walked into it. I'm like, yes, that's beautiful. It shaped my entire life. Um, so Fire Island is a novella that you wrote as part of your work for your MA at the University of Windsor. What was that like writing something for a school assignment versus just doing it from like the depths of your heart? Like, how does that help you to better understand your personal writing process?
So the way that it worked, I had to work with three professors, and one was a psychology. This was a very long time ago. One was a psychology professor, one I think was a sociology, and one was my creative writing professor. And they would look at the works and then go over, or look at the work and then go over it with me,
Mm,
and from the perspective of their field, which was pretty
that's
cool.
fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah. And then later on, those three professors, I had to sit in front of them and they would ask me questions about it, and I had to defend my choices about the book.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
it was either pass fail.
Yeah. That sounds like at one part of me, I'm like, that sounds really fun. Like, please, I want somebody to read my book and then come at me with all these questions so I can answer them. But that also sounds terrifying.
Yes, it was terrifying. I actually requested that nobody come to watch because normally what you do in these
Yeah.
defenses is the other students come to watch so that they can see what it's like.
Hmm.
But I was just so anxious about it. I asked to have it closed and they honored that request. And this was
That's
quite a long
good.
time ago. So it was really good that they honored that request and let me just have a closed
Hmm.
um, defense.
Yeah. So has that helped you to like kind of better understand your own writing process and why you do make the decisions that you make in books?
Yeah. Uh, yeah, it really gets you thinking about, so as far as the psychology side, why did the character do the thing that they did
Mhm.
the way that they did it? Or the sociology, I don't quite remember what kind of things that professor came at me with, but the humanity of it all, right?
Yeah.
The way people work. And then my creative writing professor had all kinds of um things to say about it. And we also met with her. So there were nine of us in the program. We met with her for our workshops,
Mhm.
and one or two people a week would have their work criticized by the rest of the class. So we would focus entirely on that person's work. And she would come in every now and then with thoughts on it, but it was really a lot of peer review.
That's so great. I
So
think,
it was
like,
quite a process.
yeah, peer review is such a great way to read and such a great way to grow as a writer. I know I grow so much from beta reading other people's stuff. And I'm hoping that they're growing from reading mine. I don't know. But I do. I learn so much because I'm like, oh wait, I do that a lot in mine, or I don't do that. Maybe I should. So that's a great way
Yes.
to learn.
Yes. I love my beta readers.
Yeah.
They have made such a difference in my stories, and probably the ones back then did too.
Hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm just like, I'm still thinking about you just like sitting on a bus and like handing your pages out, like little notebook paper with your handwriting
It
on
was
it. Yeah. And like some kid from three
handwritten,
seats
like
back being
big.
like, Teresa, this is awesome. Or, like, why'd you kill them? I don't know. Um, did some of your early stories like have things like that, like traumatic character moments where like you like killed off like everybody's like favorite person or something?
So at that age, when I used to hand them to my friends, they were very VC Andrews inspired.
Beautiful.
So if you know VC Andrews, you know that definitely trauma and girls with hard lives.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I wish I rode your bus. I would have loved to have read these. Um, all right, so let's fast forward now to 2024, and you publish Boneyard Cafe, which, by the way, fantastic title. I definitely want to know how you came up with that. But it's a dark fantasy. Can you just tell us more about your inspiration for this novel?
So that novel was inspired by a dream. I had a dream from the victim's perspective. I was in a dungeon and I could see this bad guy.
Mhm.
And
Like, were
when
you
I
the
woke
victim,
up,
or were you just like watching this happen?
kind of watching
Okay.
from the victim's perspective, but watching it happen. And
Yeah.
when I woke up, my rule of thumb kind of about when I have dreams and I think they would make a good for a good story is when I wake up, if I remember it, then I'll write it. If I don't remember it, then maybe it wasn't a good idea
That's fair.
because
Yeah.
I rarely just get up and write it down. Sometimes I
Mhm.
will if I really like it, but I rarely get up and write it down. So when I woke up, I actually remembered that story and I went with it.
Yeah. And you're the second person now that I've interviewed who has like had like a pretty fully formed book idea come to them as part of a dream. And that's like wild to me. I love that. I don't have that kind of dream awareness.
Oh, you don't remember them at all?
I remember them like for like the instant that I wake up, and I
Hmm.
remember details, and then it's gone, and then I only remember the way it made me feel. Like if it was upsetting, I'll be unsettled for the rest of the day. And I'm like, this was the
Yes.
dream. Like I can't remember why, but I'm just like, this is not right. Or if I'm like happy or whatever it is. So yeah, I don't have, yeah, my brain does not work that way. So I love, like, that's just amazing. I wish it did.
Normally, I don't remember either. I do have one reoccurring one that every few years it just comes back and it's the
Mhm.
same thing. And I'm trying to escape someone and
Oh,
it's the same setting. And it just comes back every few years and it's exactly the same. And it's been doing that for like my whole life. But that
wow.
is the only one I usually remember. Normally, I do not remember my dreams
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Interesting. Interesting. So how did you come up with the title? Like what is Boneyard Cafe? Like how did you get to that? Because it's beautiful. Like I would actually go there to get coffee and a donut if one existed.
I think there actually is some, but I don't know. Like I Googled it just to make sure that I didn't have a title that someone else had or something
Right.
like that. I think there are actually some either Boneyard Cafe or Boneyard restaurants, but it's in a graveyard, and so I wanted to think of something kind of more cool than,
Yeah.
diner in a graveyard or Lara's Diner because she's the one who owns it. So
Yeah.
I thought, what can I use instead of, your average name for the cafe? So I named the cafe and then I named the book.
Yeah. No, I
So it
really
all
like it.
starts there.
Yeah. I'm imagining the aesthetic. Like I would go hang out there. There'd be like bones on the wall and like mounted skeletons and things like a little taxidermy type thing, but bones instead of like full animals. Um,
Oh, yours would be very dark. This is just a normal diner. It's just in a cemetery.
this one's normal.
But the undead do visit there at night.
Yeah. See, I this sounds even more exciting. Like, and they know about it, like the people who own it, like they serve the at night, they serve the
Yeah.
dead people. Okay.
Yeah. They just accept it. They tried to figure out why they were there,
Yeah.
and eventually they just kind of accepted that we're just this in between place
Hmm.
before they call it the night ship. They hear the night ship and they go away on the night ship when they're ready to
Okay.
pass away from Earth.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to ask you a really practical question. Do the dead people pay for what they're eating and drinking?
No.
So they're just eating that cost.
They're just enjoying sitting there. They mostly just get drinks. They're
Okay.
just
All right.
enjoying sitting there and having that warmth or maybe that soup. There's
Yes.
one person who he was a farmer in his
Mhm.
life and he just enjoys
Awesome.
sitting down having a meal that reminds him of his
Okay.
life.
All right. Because I'm just thinking, I'm like, if this was my cafe and this was happening every night, I'd be like, look, guys, you got to, like, I can't support you in this economy. Like,
We're eating this cost.
yeah. Like,
I can't
can
do
you
it.
like send a pirate ghost my way or something with some like gold? I don't know. All right. Um, my brain is just like spinning trying to imagine this, and I really, I just want to go there. All right, can you share what your writing process looks like on a day-to-day basis? Do you set like specific time or word count goals, or are you more of a morning or an evening writer, that kind of thing?
I'm more of a afternoon or evening writer,
Mhm.
and I tend to either write in our kitchen or in the backyard or at coffee shops. If I really need to get out and go somewhere and get new ideas, I
Mhm.
go to a coffee shop, put on my headphones, and write there.
Yeah.
Or I write at our jujitsu gym. Oddly enough, for some reason, it's very inspiring for me. There's this knee wall, and I can just set my laptop on the ledge and I just write there while my husband teaches his class.
Uh-huh.
And
Cool.
for some reason, it's very inspiring for me to be
Yeah.
there.
No,
And
that's interesting. And I wonder if it's kind of like I'll go to a cafe or a coffee shop somewhere to write, and
mhm,
it's chaotic because there's people coming in and having
yeah,
conversations, but I can really focus. Whereas if I'm
yes,
at home, I can't. So I wonder if it's like that. So whatever, it just allows you to be like, this is my bubble and I can do this,
hmm,
and lock in.
yeah, it does.
Do you bring any of the jujitsu into your books? Like, do people do any fighting?
There are battles. I
Uh-huh.
haven't been doing it for very long. I've been doing kickboxing a lot longer, but I haven't been doing jujitsu for very long, so
Yeah.
I don't know anything. I'm just a white belt, so I don't know anything.
Well,
But
you know more than me, so you're winning.
if I have fight scenes, I have three readers who
Mm,
do jujitsu, and two of them kickboxing, and two of them
okay.
actually have fought before, so
Mm,
they can tell me if my
yeah,
battle
so they can
seems
really get in there,
odd.
and yeah,
Hmm.
that's great because I know I have a lot of people that I talk to with writing, and they feel like they always really struggle with different like battle or fight scenes. So it's nice when you have that type of background and those beta readers who can double check your work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so middle of the afternoon, like later in the evening, by that time I am shut down. I am a My sweet spot is between like 9 and 1 for writing, which makes it hard because as a school teacher, that
Yeah.
doesn't happen for 186 days. So I got
Yeah.
to come home after
Kind of,
work and try to do it. It's rough.
I'm not very productive in the morning. I just kind of chill all morning and
Mm,
then I'll do something later in the day. And
yeah,
I kind of only write when the muse strikes. Sometimes I'll sit down and I'll say, okay, let's just sit down and see if I can get somewhere. We'll read back a few pages and I'll see if I can just
yeah,
start writing. But for the most part, I will just wait until I'm ready and then I'll write.
and just see where it goes.
And
That's
then I
nice.
tend to write a lot.
Yeah, and that's nice that you give yourself that grace to do that because I think a lot of times when you start reading different writing advice, like there's the thing out there, it's like you have to write every day, or you have to do this many words a day. And that's not true. You can kind of do whatever you need. And once you figure out your own routine, you're golden, whether that is once a day, twice a day, once a week, like whatever works. So I'm
I
glad
try to do as much as
you're
I can,
mm-hmm.
but some
Yeah,
days it's just not either I don't have the time or it's just
right.
not there.
Yep. Yeah. And you have to just be able to like, okay, I'm going to move on and do something else and I'll come back to it when I'm ready. So I love that. I love that you're able to do that. What has been one of your biggest learning curves with self-publishing? Like if you could go back and give the pre-published version of yourself advice, what would you tell you?
I would tell me for the first book to get ARC readers. I didn't do that.
Hmm.
I kind of knew about them, but I didn't really know. I didn't have like this big writing group that I do now
Yeah,
of friends to get feedback from or to get advice from. So I didn't know how extremely important these early readers are. They're everything.
yeah.
And same, I had betas, so I didn't skip that step, but I definitely would have tried to get the advanced readers.
Hmm. Yeah, because that is like that's a big
And
difference. The beta reader is really going to give you like developmental feedback, and the ARC is letting you know how like
mhm,
readers themselves are really going to react.
yeah, and they help hype it up, and they're just so
Yes.
fantastic. Like I have a whole team for this upcoming book, The
Yeah.
Seven. I have a whole team, and they're fantastic. They help you with the cover reveal. They help you with
Mm.
trying to find other readers. They're really just a major part of the process that I
Yeah.
missed.
Yeah. All right. Well, I feel like this is good advice. So when we invent time travel, we're going to go back and we got this. Going to let you
We're gonna
know.
do that.
Yes. Um, and this actually
I,
segues
I
really
think I would also
well.
work on having maybe a thicker,
Please go ahead.
sorry.
No, no,
I
no.
think I would also work on maybe having a thicker skin before I
Yeah.
started next time around. Just a little thicker of a skin and maybe um a bigger group of friends to bounce ideas off of and get
Yeah.
advice from.
Yeah. I think the thicker skin, I think, is a really that's a good one to have. Especially with those like random readers out in the world, because there are some people who are like, yeah, this book just wasn't for me. So it was good, not for me. And then
Yeah.
there's other people who are like, I didn't like it. And let me tell you all the times that this author didn't put a period at the end of the
Yes.
sentence, or like all these kind of like really petty things that can hurt. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's sometimes it can be really rough.
Hmm.
Think this time around, I'm a little more used to seeing what people are saying about my work, and
Yeah.
hopefully I'll be able to just take the good and the bad. And I do pretty well at taking what they say and turning it into feedback that will help me in the future
Yeah.
to become a writer. But sometimes my brain just goes, "Oh my goodness, this is rough."
Yeah, it gets overwhelming. And if it's, I think it's also that difference between solicited versus unsolicited feedback. If you asked your beta readers and they told you those same things, you'd be like, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
yeah, that's great. But just from some random person, you're like, I didn't ask for that. Just, did you like it or
Please.
not? That's all you had to do. Yeah. So it does get complicated when you start getting into like the reading reviews or getting that feedback from people that you don't know and who don't see you kind of like as a full-fledged person. You're just a name. So
Yeah.
yeah. So this is great though. You kind of segued really nicely into the next topic I wanted to talk to you about, which is your writing community. What does your writing community look like, and how has that influenced you on your writing journey?
So I think you've actually talked to a few of us before
Yes.
and probably know that we have mostly on Instagram, but there it is in a few other places. Uh just a chat so that we can go to each other and bounce ideas off each other or just get advice or just say, "Oh my goodness, today is so hard." Or celebrate, "Hey, today's my release day."
Yeah.
Whatever needs to be celebrated or brought up
Mhm.
that everyone else understands. They
Yeah.
just get it.
Yes. And that's so important. How like did your community really only come together like in the past year or so, or have you been slowly building it?
Yeah, slowly building over this past
Okay.
year.
Yeah. I feel like for me, my experience of building my writing community, it was almost a little bit like dating, like blind dates. Because you just you would meet up, like you would meet somebody on the internet and you'd be like, oh, you seem really cool. And you'd exchange some pages or start talking about writing stuff. And you knew within like 2 weeks whether or not this was going to be a person for you
Yes.
or not. And I felt like I had to go through like a lot of frogs before I found all of my princesses. And that was okay. But
Thank goodness there are a lot of princesses, and
yes.
I don't think I know any frogs.
Yeah, I feel like because I've been, gosh, this is like my 10th year. Where I was actually talking about this with one of my friends, and she was like, I think it's our 10-year like writing anniversary coming up. And I'm like, oh my God, has it been that long? There have
Yeah.
been a couple for me that I'm just like, wow, we are not like, you're great. You go off and do your thing. We should never talk again. And it's mutual because like obviously I'm not a good fit for them and they're not a good fit for me. So it's not like I'm perfect and they're not. It's
So 10 years of knowing each other in person or online?
online. And
Wow.
so, yeah, we met online through another writing friend who I knew just a little bit longer, and I'm still friends with her as well. But it was all like back when Twitter was cool and really great for writers. That was when we all met. Um, so yeah, it's been a while. We all live on different like corners of the United States, so we hardly ever see each other in person.
Oh,
Yeah.
but you have.
Oh yeah, yeah, we do. We try to get together
Oh,
at least once a year, and do like our own little private friend writing retreat.
oh,
Which,
that's amazing.
yeah, not always a lot of writing, but a lot of laughing, some crying. We
Hmm.
all take turns like laying on the floor and complaining about our books or like whatever.
Oh, that's amazing though.
Yeah, it's fun. I highly recommend it. So like once you kind of get your writing group sorted out, be like, all right, guys, what if we all went to this place for a weekend? Like who's in? I highly recommend it. You should try it.
I have next year I do have one lined up that I'm going to be going
Yeah.
to, and I'm really excited for that.
Oh, that'll be
Yeah.
so much fun. I'm so happy for you. I love them. I love doing in-person stuff. Um, so yeah, I want to know
I
how it
haven't done a
goes.
lot of it, so it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like now, like post-COVID, we don't take those things for granted the same way that we did before. We were like, oh yeah, I didn't go this year. I'll be able to go one day. And now you're like, wait, no, I
Yeah.
gotta go now.
Yeah. I better go now just in case.
Yeah, because like who knows what's gonna happen? It's
Yeah.
crazy. Crazy. All right. Dark Matter, which another like I really like all of your titles. Like they work. I really like them. But this is
Thank
another novella that you published this year, and
you.
it's described as magic, hidden evil, enchanting characters that will break your heart but make you believe in love. Um, this is enchanting. Like I love this description. There's so much going on there. So can you just tell us a little bit about your inspiration for this story and how you balance all of those delightful elements?
So, that story is actually just taken from a little part of history of one of the places they go to in
Mm,
Boneyard Cafe.
okay.
So I wanted to do a novella that was free for my readers and gave a little more background, a little more world building. So I took that little bit that was not a lot, not a big part of Boneyard Cafe, and turned it into a novella about this nameless queen. She has the magic. She's enchanting, but I think the person that she falls in love with is kind of the enchanting aspect of it. And he's a little bit in Boneyard Cafe. He's just mentioned, sort of like a little Easter egg.
Okay.
And so he's the enchanting bit. And it's the dark part is that it's not a happy ending, which some people have not enjoyed as much
I
as they would if
love
maybe it was a
unhappy
happy
endings.
ending.
So, yes.
This is not a happy ending, but hopefully it does make you believe in love
Yeah.
before the unhappy part.
Like that's fascinating. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but I'm gonna have to slide into your DMs, join your newsletter because
Yep.
I think I'm gonna need to read this. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, you can get it free with my newsletter. It's also on Amazon. It's in the usual
okay.
formats, but
Mm,
yeah, so KU, Kindle, print, or free.
beautiful. Yeah, I need to get it because I love stories that do make me like believe in love.
Mhm.
but are so unhappy and like they're not together or everybody dies or I love a good tragedy. I love a good tragedy.
Yeah.
What can I say?
I don't know if maybe I should have made it more clear that it was sad because I
Hmm.
worry that some of my readers are, what are you doing to us? But for the
Yeah.
most part, it's gotten really good feedback, and people seem to really like that extra little world building after Boneyard Cafe.
Yeah, I feel like especially like I see this a lot with self-published authors is that this extra novellas and I love
Yeah.
that because we do like as fans we want that nitty-gritty behind the scenes
Mm.
story that traditional publishing just doesn't give us.
No. Yeah, and it's so fun. I love that we have this option that we can put out these free
Yeah.
novellas. Here's a little bit more about my story, and readers just get that
Yep.
special little tidbit just for them.
Yeah, it's fun. And I know like when I write, I write a lot of those like little like novella type or like slice of life vignettes because I need to know what happened. And it's never going to end up on page in any way, shape, or form. But I'm still like, yeah, I need to write this. I'm like, I could share this. So all of them that I have, I just have them
You
tucked
should.
away. And I'm like, I'm gonna be able to put these out in newsletters and share them with readers eventually. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, you
I
should
love that
definitely
as an
share.
aspect of self-publishing.
Yeah, you
Do
should
you have
definitely share them.
do you have more novellas planned for Boneyard Cafe?
Yeah, so I have one that I'm working on right now. It's about a character. He's an unknown monk. They're not really monks. They just live in a monastery, but they're known
Okay.
as the unknown monks. And he's the founder of it. He's ancient. So he has lifetimes of stories that I could write about him. So right now I'm working on it's sort of a love story. Um, I don't know if I want to give away too much
Yeah.
about
No
his
spoilers.
past, but he sort of a love story how he meets the
Mhm.
person that he falls for, and uh it's in another dimension. It includes vampires because he just has this, he's open to so many stories because he just goes to different dimensions. He's ancient.
Yeah.
Anything can happen with this character.
I'm I mean, I'm only hearing about these world building elements, but I'm falling in love with them. I just love how broad and how many things like it's that are in there that sound intriguing. Who doesn't love a good vampire story,
Right? I know
right?
I do.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Um, I can't. Is there a new vampire story coming out? I can't remember. Am I imagining that? I might be imagining it. I think I'm imagining it. Um,
Mine.
yes, there you go. It's yours. See, I manifested it and you wrote it, and here we go. It's going to be out soon, guys. Soon, Scribblers. You'll be able to read it. All
Well,
right.
2025 or 2026 probably.
Yeah, that's perfect though. Like we will wait for good stuff. So, I want to play high low buffalo with you. So
Okay.
basically, you're going to tell me about a high moment of your writing journey so far, a low moment, and then your buffalo is just something that was completely unexpected. So go.
Okay. I've never heard of this before.
I only learned about it a year ago, and now I
Oh,
use it all the time. So
so high moment of my writing or publishing.
either way, any aspect of your writing or publishing journey.
Hmm. I think connecting with readers and other authors has been huge.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a higher moment than finding people who understand you and people who want to read your work is
Yes.
that's this is what it's all about, right? And
Yeah.
connecting with the readers. Low, those moments of self-doubt
Mm-hmm.
when you're not sure whether to keep going. But you just have to keep pushing yourself because it's what you do. We're writers. We write. What else would we do?
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
Your buffalo, which is like something strange and unexpected.
Not strange, but unexpected. One of my readers actually did art based on Boneyard Cafe and sent me the painting, and then
Oh, wow.
yeah, and then I bought the rights from her to use that image on my bookmarks. And that was a really unexpected and cool moment. Her name is Janessa, JR Creations 16
Okay.
on social media, and that was really unexpected and really cool.
That is really cool. So do you have like the original artwork like in your house? Is
I
it
do.
framed like right when
Yes,
you
or
walk in the
it's
door
the
so
painting, so
everyone
it's
can,
hung.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's so so cool.
Yeah. As soon as I got that painting, I had my
Mm.
husband hang it up for me because that
Yeah.
is just
Oh,
that you can't beat that.
no, that is amazing. I feel like that's every author's dream is that we want somebody to be so inspired by what they just read that they make an artistic rendering. Um,
Yes.
yeah, that's great. I do bad fan art for my friends' books because I can't draw, so I do stick figures, and I purposely make them like as cheesy and like a 5 year old as possible because that's now my brand for my artwork. And it'll just be like a stick figure doing something, and then I'll send it to them like in a little envelope. Like, here you go,
But they
here's your
love it.
fan art. They do. It's really fun. And so now I have my book club doing it. When we finish a book, we all have to draw a picture of like our favorite scene in the book. And then we
Okay.
have to guess what it is. Like we hold it up to the group. It's like Pictionary. And they're always bad, so we can't tell. I'm like, we don't even know who that is.
What are you reading right now?
We are reading Kill the Farm Boy by Delilah S. Dawson and Kevin, I can't remember his middle initial, Hearn.
Hmm.
It's really good. We're the slow readers book club. So it takes us 3 to 4 months to read one book.
Okay.
But we meet every month and we discuss like 100 to 150 pages. So
And do you do a drawing every month or just at the end?
just at the end, just when we finish a book, then we do a drawing. That's how we start out the meeting. Everybody, like I hand out like colored pencils and paper, and I'm like, all right, guys, go for it. My teacher comes out. And then we have meetings at this great used bookstore called Pop Art, and
Oh,
he'll hang our artwork up around the store.
and then do people see it and they're like, "What is this?"
Yeah, and then that gives him a chance to then like sell that book, like if he has extra copies of it. So yeah, it's a whole thing. But so just really quick, I want to go back to like you kind of talked about those moments of doubt in your writing, and how you just have to kind of push through them. What are some of the ways that you either push through, or who do you turn to help reassure you that you're on the right path and that you should be writing? Because you should.
Mm.
Um, yeah.
You now.
Yes. That's my goal.
Um,
And just
I
I'm really quick before you do this, Scribblers, I'm going to tell you that Teresa is the real MVP because she stuck with me. We had a 22-minute technical problem at the beginning of this interview, which obviously you're not going to see because I'm editing it out if it were even recorded. But I couldn't get my camera to work, and she stuck through me for all 22 minutes. So this is writers supporting writers, guys. This is what we got to do.
That's right. I understand
Yeah.
the trouble with tech.
Yep. Yeah, it was so embarrassing, everyone. All right, so back to your story, Teresa. Who do you turn to?
The person who gets to hear the most of it is probably my husband.
Mm,
So he's always there to listen to it. Um, and yoga
yeah.
is a huge part of my life. If I have anything going on that I need to sort out, then I go to yoga for sure. And mostly that gets sorted out in the meditation, but the whole thing,
Hmm.
yoga and meditation together really helps sort it out.
Yeah. No, that's good.
And write it out, right?
Yes,
Writing is so cathartic.
it really is. There are so many times where I'll like go into my like writing group chat and I'll start telling them about what I'm mad about or whatever. And by the time I get done, because they are in different time zones, I'm like, okay, I figured it out. Like, I don't need you to
I'm
respond.
over it.
We're good.
They're like, well, that was fun.
Yeah. And I feel, I don't know, do you guys do that in your writing group? Like you start out and then by the time you've even described your problem, you're like, oh, I've solved it. I'm good.
Sometimes everybody's there all at once.
Hmm.
And sometimes there's a few stragglers that come in later because they're in
Yeah,
different time zones, because we are kind of all over the place.
right.
And but sometimes everyone's there all at once and it's great. Then everyone's talking about the thing that has come up, the topic that has come up, which
Yeah.
is really nice. Then you get that instant support
Yes.
from at least a few people.
Yeah, which is always nice. Always nice. All right. So, what is
Instant
next for
support.
you? We've talked a little bit about some upcoming novellas. What else are you working on, and what do we get to look forward to reading from you in 2026?
So this week my ARCs are getting the seven, and then that will come out in should be coming out in September.
Okay. What's the title?
The seven.
The seven. Okay. Sorry. Sorry.
Yep. So there's a little bit in the again in Boneyard Cafe
Mhm.
that this comes from. You don't necessarily have to read Boneyard Cafe to read it, but it is a part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's going to come out probably in September, I think September, October.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm part of an anthology, so I have a dystopian story in sorry, apocalyptic story in that anthology.
Oh,
So there's a few of
exciting.
us that got together and we have a topic and some other similarities through each story, and
Mhm.
that'll be coming out this fall too.
All right.
Um, do I have anything else coming out? I'm working on that work in progress that I told you about. And I'll be at DreadCon here. It's in Canada, in
Mhm.
Ontario, in September as well.
Okay. That'll be nice. Is DredCon like a whole weekend or is it just one day?
Just one day.
All
Yeah,
right.
for a
And are
few
you
hours.
on any panels or are you just tabling?
Tabling.
Mm,
There are some panels. There's some cool
yeah.
stuff going on with that.
Okay. But perfect chance for all your fans to come in, pick up signed copies, get a picture
Yeah,
with you, maybe. I don't know.
let's
Um,
hope.
yeah. And just hand you their artwork.
Yes. In person.
Yes, that would be so amazing. Yes. Um, yeah. Okay. That's a lot. Like you got a lot of fires going on there. That's a lot to look forward to. And you said you had a newsletter, right?
Yes, I do.
Where can they find the link to that newsletter so that they can sign up and
On the
follow?
home page of my website,
Okay.
which you'll have the links for
Yep.
those in the
Yeah, I'll
description.
put them. I'll put
Yeah.
them right down in the comment scribbler. So make sure you go
Yeah.
subscribe, get that newsletter, get that free novella because you know you want your heart broken and you want to believe in
Yes.
love. Read that tragedy, guys.
Yep. And you get weekly updates on what I'm up
Wow.
to on Thursdays
Mm,
and uh, maybe excerpts or blurbs,
yeah.
little things that I like to share with my newsletter subscribers.
Hmm. Yeah, no, that's great. I love author newsletters because I always get you get insight into what they're doing. But then so many people also have like, here's what I'm reading, and I get great book recommendations or authors I maybe hadn't heard of. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. Or we do newsletter swaps with
yeah,
each other and share each other's books.
yeah. Which is again that community piece, and you got to really bring all that in. It's a weird piece of networking that you don't think would come with writing, but it does.
Yep. Marketing has been such a learning curve
Yeah.
for me.
I think that's true for a lot of authors because we're like, I'm just going to write this book and that's all I have to do. And there's so many more
Yeah.
pieces.
I'm going to write it and everyone's going to read it and they're going to love it. No, I'm going to
So,
spend half my time writing and half my time marketing.
yes, making lots of social media posts and graphics and all these other different things. So it is,
Yes,
it's a lot more than people think.
it is.
Yeah. All right. So are you ready for your lightning round questions?
Yes.
All right. So, question number one. What is your favorite kind of cookie?
So I don't know if you have the same thing in the States that we do in Canada, probably, but at Subway, you can get like M&M cookies.
Yes.
Those. I love those.
Yes. Now, does it matter to you what color M&Ms are in it? Like, do different color M&Ms taste better than other colors, do you think?
Nope. Just put
Okay.
some M&Ms in there and I'll eat it.
Eat it, yeah. And the ones from Subway, like they're pretty big too. They're not, they're like the size of your
Yeah.
face sometimes. They're really good.
Yes.
Love
Those. I
them.
love those.
Yeah. Actually, Subway was my first job when I was 14 years old. I was a sandwich artiste. And
Ooh.
the rule was that we couldn't sell broken cookies. And I don't know if this was a real rule or not, but as employees, we followed it and be like,
I
oh, that
like it.
cookie's broken, got to take it out. And then we were allowed to eat it.
My first wash or job was a dishwasher, so
Oh,
we were
yeah.
kind of similar.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like food industry, like they're pretty, they like the teenagers to come in and do the
Yeah.
hard stuff. All right. So we talked a little bit about yoga. Um, I do yoga very, very rarely because I struggle with it. I am not good at it. And I know you have to practice. But this is your second question, by the way. What is your favorite yoga pose?
So first, you don't have to be good at yoga. You just have to show
I
up.
know, I
That,
know.
that was my yoga teacher hat that I had on there. There's no good or bad.
No,
Um,
the person like that I occasionally do yoga stuff with, that's what she's always saying. She's like, it's not a competition, it's just
that's
practice.
right.
I'm like, I know, I still want it to be really good.
It's a lifestyle. You'll
It
get there.
is. It's so good for you.
Extended side angle is my favorite
Ooh.
pose right now. I
I'm not sure.
used to
Can you just like give
really,
me a brief description of what that is? Because that's not one that I am familiar with.
so it's if you go into Warrior 2,
Okay.
it's the one where you put your elbow down onto the knee and you bring your arm overhead.
Yeah. That sounds
Unless you have
amazing.
shoulder issues, then you don't.
Yeah. That sounds amazing. I don't think it would take me a long time to get there because I don't think I move that way anymore.
It's basically a full body stretch, and you
Oh
kind of take
yeah.
up your whole mat. And part of what I really like for women, especially, but for everyone, I really want people to learn to just take up the whole mat, take up space.
Yes.
Don't make yourself small, take it up. And that's one of the ones that you really do basically use up the whole thing.
Hmm.
The back leg is stretched out, the front one's in the
Yeah.
front, the arms are stretched, everything is taking up space.
Yeah. Like from the description you gave, like I can just see like how good it would feel too, because it would just you're just stretching so much. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, that is a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. I used to be more of a backbender. Wheel used to be my favorite
Ooh.
pose. But now I don't do as much of that
Mhm.
major backbending anymore as I used to.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of child's pose. That's the one that I can do. And like when I go and now, because I've been doing it for like a year and a half, when I do go back into it, like I can actually feel my body just reset. And I'm like, thank you. This is great.
And you
So
can always use it too, anytime.
yes. Yeah, it's so helpful. All right. Question number 3. What author would you love to sit down and have dinner with?
I think so. The question that comes up a lot, people's questions of the day
Mhm.
is what's your favorite book or what's your favorite author or what's your favorite series? And my favorite series is Outlander. So I
Okay.
think I would probably want to meet Diana Gabaldon and pick her brain because her books have everything. They
Hmm.
have adventure. They have the um that little languid walk through history that she does so well, where you don't mind that it's just a slow um talk about Claire's life on the mountain.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter what she's writing about, you just want to read it. Or sometimes it just goes so fast, suddenly they're in this big adventure. Claire has caused some kind of trouble and Jamie has to save her.
Yeah.
But it has everything. And it has spice.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's fantastic. I do. I love that because there are authors that I'm just like, if I could just sit down with you for like
Mhm.
20 minutes, because I
Tell
want to
me
know
how you do this.
how do you do what you do? Because I would like to do something similar. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
How do you
No,
make
that's a
this
good one.
happen, you know?
Yeah.
Did you know you were going to do all of this over this many books, or did you just let it happen? You know, I'd
Right.
like to hear. I'm sure she has interviews somewhere about this this kind of thing too,
Yeah, but
but
it's way more fun. Like you're sitting at dinner,
hmm,
have some like mozzarella sticks between you and you're
yeah.
just sharing and you start talking and yeah. Way better. All right. Fourth question. What's a book that you have read that has absolutely changed your life?
So back when I was doing my yoga training, I read Autobiography of a Yogi.
Okay.
I was supposed to be reading something else for the yoga training. I can't remember even what it was now, but I was supposed to be reading something else, and I did not. I read that book, and it didn't even matter that I hadn't read the other book because this one actually really meant a lot more to me. It's just about a guru.
Yeah.
Um, it's about his life, from his perspective. Um, and everything that was in it seemed to go along with what we learned in the training. So it didn't matter that I hadn't read the book that I was supposed to read.
As a
And that book has
teacher, I
stuck
am
with me.
deeply offended, but you didn't even read the course text. But I absolutely respect that you found something that was better that worked for you and it had the same effect. So well done.
And the teacher didn't mind.
Yeah, which is the
Yeah.
way it should be. Because like, I don't know, when I give something to my students, I'm like, here's what you should do. And if they find something better, then I'm like, you know what?
Mm.
Cool. That's awesome. Like, yes, you can do that instead. So I
And I'm
respect.
not a reader, but I do want to reread that book at
Yeah.
some point and see how it strikes me now.
Hmm. Do you ever listen to audiobooks?
No, but I feel like I should
Yeah.
because some of them are really cool. They sound like they have
Yeah.
such really cool ways of doing them.
Yeah. And they've
You
like,
can
I
get
feel
one
like
narrator, you can get multiple narrators.
yeah, in the past 6 years or so, because there's been such an uptick in audiobooks out there, they've really increased production values. But I
Mhm.
love to listen to audiobooks, especially if it's a book I've already read, because I just don't have time to sit down
Oh,
with those books sometimes.
okay.
And
Yep.
because I've already read it, I can just be a little bit more passive in my taking in of the book, but I'm still coming away with like new perspectives and new things. I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot that they did that. That was brilliant. Why
Mhm.
did I not notice that before? So that might be a way, like if you're not real big on like sitting down with it or just don't have the time, you could re-listen to it.
I do have the time. I just keep signing up for other people's advanced reader copies.
Which is important. That's that
So I'll
commitment
get it in
aspect.
at some
Yes.
point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like to make sure, or I just read their books. Maybe not
Yeah.
their advanced copies, but just
Mhm.
try to read like some of my friends'
Yeah.
books.
Yeah. You
Um,
got to support.
so I do have the time. I just haven't gotten there.
Yeah. Totally fair. Totally fair. All right. So those are our lightning round questions. Scribblers, you can find links to Teresa's Goodreads page below, as well as the website. So you can sign up for that newsletter. Check it out to learn about her books, get all that kind of thing, right? Teresa, thank you so much for chatting with the Scribblers Den. We've had a lot of fun chatting with you. And I truly appreciate your grace at the beginning of this with our 22-minute
No problem at all.
technology problems. So, so
Thank
yeah.
you for having me. And it was no problem. I wasn't doing anything else.
Okay.
It
I
wasn't in my,
appreciate it.
it wasn't in the way of my day or anything. No.
Good. Good, good, good. All right, Scribblers, you know the drill. I need you to hit that like button. I need you to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.